Coach's Corner with John Abernathy, the head coach at Tattnall in season number 5. Last year, coached 5-7, 2-2 in the region. Started slow, got a little bit better mid-year, and
Right.
won a playoff game, and then lost to FPD in the quarterfinals. Your thoughts on 2023 leading into this season?
Had a really good year if you look back on it. I mean, yeah, the record wasn't what we wanted to be. We played really good competition. I think five of our regular season games had played for won a state championship, and so really played a lot of good competition. It paid off in the end. Unable to beat FPD that last game to get the state championship, but I thought it was a successful season.
Let's talk about your offense for this year. There's always a lot of points scored at Tattnall, and you've got some guys back. I mean, you've got 8 starters back, but the skill players, Caden Falk, the quarterback, Anton Johnson, who rushed for a ton of yards last year, Aiden Dunn, who also contributed to you for your rushing attack, and then Ty Honeycutt. I mean, I haven't talked to many coaches so far in Coach's Corner that have that many skill players back. That's a luxury for you, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a lot of guys return that can get that we want to get the ball to. We just got to be able to block for them.
How's that going? How's the
So
development of your offensive line?
great. We've got to replace some guys. Obviously, we've got to replace Webb Davidson. 6'7", 300 pounds. That's going to be tough. But we found some guys who are going to play both ways for us, and we think we've pieced that together so we can hopefully get the football to a lot of our skill guys.
Anton Johnson, to have a player with that kind of production for you, with 1,819 yards, 24 touchdowns. I mean, again, that's quite a luxury for a player coming back this season.
Oh, there's no doubt. He's one of those guys that can make a play anytime, anywhere. I know he's probably one of the most feared guys in our league for sure.
Yeah, and then depth. I mean, how are your numbers on offense? You feel pretty good about it?
We that's one thing we've got to stay healthy. If we're gonna compete for it in the long run, we've got to be healthy. Our numbers are about 40, but there's some drop off there with guys. You go from Antone and some of our starters to some smaller guys with less experience. So we got to stay healthy in order to be able to compete this year.
Trojans start the season on August the 16th against Brookstone. Should be an interesting season, Coach. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll talk about that defense that's going to be improved this year, hopefully, for the Trojans in our next report. John Abernathy is back for his 5th season as the head coach at Tattnall. The Trojans coming off a 5-7 season. And Coach, your defense struggled at times last year. You gave up 30.5 points per game. You've got 7 starters back. Let's talk about the development of that defense, and you lost a couple of guys who were part of your defense, but you rotated a lot in there. So let's talk about that a little bit. What do you feel about the defense going into the summer?
We hired a new defensive coordinator, Ted Bellflower's coming in to run that for us, and so I think he'll do a jam up job for us. I really do. But we knew that we were going to have some guys that were going to have to play the following year, this upcoming year. And so we made sure throughout the season they were getting reps every single game so that we'd be ready. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to forget about the upcoming years, and so we make sure to play guys as much as possible.
Tell me some of the players you're going to be looking to kind of anchor it down for you on defense this season.
Well, our two inside linebackers are returning. That's Thomas Union and Anson Talcott. We hope they're going to anchor it down. We've got to replace some D linemen, and we're going to miss Rhett Dobson, who's graduated. He accounted for, I think he was second on our team with tackles. So we've got to find somebody to play that outside linebacker position that can make a difference like he can.
All right, Region 6, obviously with FPD and Mount Lascelles, Stratford, with a new coach, John Millage, of course. They just learned how to lose one time last year. Unbelievable competition, though, Coach, right? I mean, that just creates a better program having to play teams like that. And you said in our first report about how many state champions you played last season. I mean, there's going to be some good football this year for you, isn't there?
Oh yeah. From the start to the finish, obviously when you get later in the season, you start playing those rivalry games are a lot more fun. But that's one thing that, we don't take for granted is we play good competition and our kids know each other. So it makes it for a lot more fun football games. And so it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see it. Coach Abernathy, thank you very much. We appreciate it for your time. Good luck to you this season.
Thank you. Go Trojans.